What we have here today, folks, is the Victorinox Hunter XT. It is a really nice knife. I like it. And Victorinox, being a nice leading competitor in the multi-tool industry, really comes up with some great stuff. Have a really nice Victorinox Hunter XT, designed for hunting, and well, you can take it just about anywhere really. There's a few things missing from it, and I'll explain that here soon. But on the outside, we have kind of a plastic innard here with rubberized exterior, and then these are also kind of rubberized for grip, which is nice, especially if you're, let's say, gutting, or even if you're trying to gut a fish or something like that. Better grip. And opening it up here, you get the famous Victorinox click, which is the sweetest sound in, I'd say, the knife industry. I love it. I love it. That sound keeps me going. But we have a nice, really nice polished stainless steel blade, and I believe it's about a 440C blade type or blade material. And the Victorinox, they come really sharp right out of the box, super sharp. And the blade material itself, it's good, it's decent enough, but you're gonna be losing your edge on it earlier on compared to like a 154 cm or an S30V. But being able to sharpen it, or taking it to sharpen, you won't have to put too much work into it. 5 or 6 passes is all you need to resharpen her back up. And getting to a quick blade test before we move on. Let's see how sharp she is. Not bad. Right out of the box. Doesn't grab like most of my knives do, but actually, once you get into her, it's not bad. She's not gonna... Oh, look at that. Wow, actually pretty impressive. So the blade's pretty sharp. What else do we got, SC Knife Guy? Well, we have a gut hook. And this one's gonna be a little harder to show because it is, and we'll close that here before any accidents happen, but we have a serrated edge, and this is for gutting. And up here, if you can see here, you have a little bit of a rounded point so that you can get underneath and do what you need to do. And just a quick test with the finger here, she is super sharp. The one downside to the serrated, like I have the Ranger Grip 57, and that's just a nice fine edge. But with the serrated, is you're going to need to get a different tool to be able to sharpen her up. And with this soft kind of blade material, and it's not too soft, but it is still fairly soft, you're going to have to sharpen this more often than not. But really, how often do you use the gut blade? It depends on how much you hunt or fish, I guess. But it's dependent on that. With this blade, it's a lot easier to sharpen a fine edge. And this little beast comes with a wood saw, and with all Victorinox, I find that the wood saw is one of the best wood saws I've ever used. This one's a little bit smaller than the Ranger Grip itself, but it definitely gets the job done. I have no complaints about it. It rips through wood. And on the back side here, we have a corkscrew. And I would probably opt in for the Phillips head. But, because I mean, unless you're celebrating the hunt and you have a bottle of wine, quite plainly, otherwise the corkscrew is not really useful. But that's all the tools. And the dimensions, we have about a 3¼ inch blade, and then the actual serrated blade is just above 3 inches there, and closed it would be 4¼ inches, and then about 8 inches open. The saw blade is about 4 inches. So she's not as hefty as a Ranger grip, but she's pretty big. And how does it feel in hand here? We open her up. It has some nice thumb holes here. They're oval thumb holes. Super great for one-hand opening. And you open her up here, and it's not bad. And it would be a heck of a lot better, and this is just an honest opinion here, it'd be a heck of a lot better if that wasn't there. With the serrated blade here, it has, both of these are designed and also come with a liner lock, as you can see there. I'll show you. So with the serrated blade, you have the liner lock, and you push that in and it closes. And then just as well with the fine edge blade here. But if you open the fine edge blade, say you open the serrated, you're gonna have that big lump mass digging into your fingers here. And that, to me, is a huge downside of the entire blade. I like it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if you'd be able to do extended work with this if you're out in the bush without getting some blisters or something in on your fingertips or your fingers here. The sheath itself here is nylon, and opening mechanism is Velcro. I would kind of opt in for a button. Buttons seem to last up a little bit longer than the Velcro does, but nylon here. You got the belt hole here, and closing on the knife here. You throw her in and toss that little lanyard to the side here, and when you have it in your pocket, you can open it up, and instead of having to dig in for the knife, they added this little lanyard here. You can just pull out your knife just like that. If you are expecting to do a little bit of hunting with this and bring this alongside you for doing so, and you end up gutting an animal, the only thing that's kind of a downside with this thing is they made it so, like with the plastic and then the rubberized grips here and stuff, they made it so you were able to clean it. But the only thing about that is if you get anything in between here or inside here, you're gonna have a heck of a time trying to get that out. So for a hunting knife, it's gonna be a lot more harder than you think to clean, which is unfortunate. It does have a really nice style. It is nice and orange here, so if you do drop it in the mud or anywhere else, you're gonna be able to see it no problem, because you know you're in the hustle and bustle, and you're trying to do everything quick, and you put this down to the side here. If it were entirely black there, you'd probably lose it somewhere, or green like the soldier knife. So they did add the orange there, so it kind of sticks with the hunting theme. And who's this knife for? Well, for about $89 is what I picked it up for. It's you know, for the hunter. I wouldn't exactly use it for a household multi-tool. It lacks the Phillips screwdriver and the flathead screwdriver. I mean, if you really wanted to have a fancy knife at home with a corkscrew to open up your wines with, then you would have, you know, go ahead and buy the Hunter XT. But I think it's more geared towards a hunting type. You don't really need to do any bushcrafting or anything like that, but you want something that you're going to be able to get an animal with by your side. That's your knife right here, the Hunter XT. And as always, thank you guys for watching my videos. If you liked this video and found it handy, like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Have a great day, guys.